What's up, guys? Welcome back to the old school Bianconeri zone.
Old school.
It's been ages. Like actually, it might be literally a year the last time we did a
Probably.
live, and it was actually
Yeah.
probably during the transfer window as well. It's been a very long time, but Julian is back. Moved to do the live
Yeah.
apparently. Like
Yeah.
left the house to do a live show, but he's here, and he's here to talk some very interesting 1 million potential type of deals we are we're making right now to sign 60 million euros Koopmeiners.
Yeah. Let me address you, the people. You, the great people, the Bianconeri. Yeah, it's a political thing. Funny jokes. Listen, it's horrible. It's horrible what we're doing. It's what day is it? August 6th?
Fifth.
No, 5th. August 5th. What are we doing here? Like, we had a laundry list of 15 names. Remember, you did the video this morning. There's a laundry list of 15 names
Yep.
that should have been out the door. That should be out the door. How are you getting 15 players out the door in 26 days? You're not. So reality is settling in, I think, for some people, especially for me, especially, that we're not selling all these players. And we're gonna be left with some mishmash of unhappy / garbage players.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I said. Or like if anyone watched that video, and I see the chat is running late, so people be patient because it's not really loading for me. But that's why I said in my video that or like some players were just gonna release, pay out to leave. I think that's the situation. The only player I can actually definitely see staying, and the club is like, okay, is Milik. That's I maybe Kostic, but even him, no, more so Milik because you need a backup at the end of the day.
Yeah,
So I think the club is not fine, but we'll be like, yeah, whatever. If that happens, that's
yeah,
if only Milik stays on that list. I think the club's like, okay, whatever.
yep.
But other than that, Barbieri was not on that list. Um,
He is now.
the team of the day is basically people complaining about the fees. I'm not sure why, because when
Yeah,
Motta
just
made that
yeah,
statement, it was very clear. On the 18th of July, 18th of July, Giuntoli said, no, nobody is on the transfer list. They're all part of Juve. They waited 2 weeks and they were like, yeah, F this. They're not listening.
yeah,
So entirety of Europe, world, whatever, these players, you can pick them up for the bare minimum. That's what that's what they have done. And I can see the issues with fans, but I'm not gonna cry over we dropping the price 4 million at this moment in time.
no,
It is what it
no.
is. If let's say we were selling Bremer, I'm just saying something,
Yep,
and we wanted 60, but we end up selling 40. I'm like, oh boy, what?
that's an issue. That's
That's
an issue. Yeah,
that's an asset. He has a long-term deal, whatever. The players who are moving on, nobody really wants. High wage, short-term deal as well. I saw people fighting over Barbieri. I'm like, he's crap. Like, I'm
he's
sorry.
horrible.
Like, he's not a good player. If you want to do that, fine. If you want to run that team, that he's apparently good. If you get 2.5 million, then whatever.
Yeah,
Same for Nicolucci. Romeo just tweeted out 4 million plus a future resale, and I'm like, you can probably get more for Nicolucci, but we're selling to Venezia. So I'm like,
well,
yeah,
that's done. Like that's done now. Like that's
it's very,
official. He's
very
gone,
close. It's very, very
and it's
close.
4 mil.
4 mil plus,
After we heard 7 mil for like a month.
yeah, it's like that's what I said. The club
Yeah,
is like, okay, just get
gone.
out, get out, get out. Even for Nicolucci, people are like, oh, he needs to stay. No, he does not need to stay.
No.
For his own sake, he had his dream thing. He won a cup with the club.
Yep.
Amazing. I thought
Yep.
he probably never would have imagined that would actually happen after that injury. His loans and all those things. He did it, and now leave. Like, he's not good enough. These players are not good enough. So I don't see the outrage at this moment in time right now. I see the issues, but the main issue for the club and even for me as a fan is we need to get these players out, because it's not the money. I know people are like, oh, it's 2 million here, it's 1 million here. That's not not getting us
roster
Koopmeiner.
space.
It's roster space, it's wages, it's all those things that we need to worry about. And yeah, as I said, I expected two things today. One was not Barbieri. Nicolosi was potentially one, but I was expecting more so something on the incomings. And it's maybe a bit, all brewing. It feels like everything is on the stove right now.
Yeah.
We're just waiting to actually, like, you're boiling hot water to make the pasta, and you're just waiting for that first bubble to pop up, and you're like, okay, I can put that pasta in right now. That's how it is. Galeno, Todibo, Koopmeiners, it's all on the stove. We're just waiting for the first bubble to pop up. That's it right now.
Yeah. And the more people realize that, when people say, oh, it's only 2 million here, 3 or 4 million there, it all adds up. Like, again, because people have to understand how football clubs book their accounting. Like, that 4 million and that 2.5 million, that could cover, I don't know, Koopmeiners' wage for the season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, you book it, like, just think of it like that. Also, again, it's roster space. It's Thiago Motta doesn't like you. Get the fuck out. Like, that's what it is. And I'm happy. I'm good for Nicolas Scavilli for realizing that and trying his best to get the move, because I'm pretty sure he tried his best to get this move.
Yeah.
Because I think he'll start with Valencia. Because especially if
he will start 100%.
I was gonna say, because Tanner Testament, I think, is going to Fiorentina.
Yep.
So, like, there's an automatic center midfield spot right there, and good for him. He did what he had to do. Like you said, won a trophy, and now he's gone. Good. Proper Juventino.
Yeah, he's one of those. The list, everybody saw the list, and I went over that list, and I was like, yeah, it's just we need to replace you. That's kind of it right now. Not all of them, because we had a big roster last season, or like a roster.
If you look at, we had 27 first team players plus like 9 loan players all back, so it's like 36.
Yeah,
you can't have that.
No,
it's gone.
That's Chelsea levels you're touching there.
They
have like 41 players. I saw 43 players on the roster. It's way too much. So I was doing that video, and I was like, while I was doing the video, I was thinking, I'm like, I'm not gonna miss you for a sec. I'm serious. The only players.
These players?
Yeah, I'm not gonna miss them.
Yeah.
The only players I'm looking at, like Chesney, for example, I'm like, if the Gregorio is good, I'm not really gonna miss you, but
exactly.
I like you. I like Chesney a lot. I like Chiesa. The situation is messed up. How things are going down. It's not how it should be going down. Basically, it's.
But this is what his career turned into.
Yeah, it is. But like in general, like if you you should be dealing this with it. Even Chiesa, like you should be understanding that if the club tells you to leave, value yourself enough to just accept it and move on. Now you're kind of being made public. It's like Game of Thrones. It's a walk of shame right now, because tomorrow we play the next gen stadium. He's not going to be there. That's weird. That's a very weird situation, that everybody helped create it, the club, but even he as well, because if he just said, okay, I'm gonna leave, give me some time to, because I don't think he told the club that right now. I think he just told the club, I will try again, or something. Like, it feels off. If he told the club, yeah, I'm just waiting on that bid, nobody's making that bid right now, I don't think it would have been going down like to this extreme where Motta comes out saying, I told Chiesa he's not part of the squad. And actually he said these players need to leave to somewhere else to play. He's basically saying they're not good enough for my Juve, so go out for your own sake and play. That's how I speak about Nicolosi. That's how Motta is speaking about Chiesa. That's messed up. Like, that's actually messed up, And I saw the quote today, or like quote, whatever it was, that Cherubini leaked phone call when it came to Chiesa before they signed Chiesa, where he said that I don't think he's a Juve player because his management will always look for more money. I don't think that's the type of player we should be signing. And now everybody's like, he's asking for too much money. I'm not going to go down that route because there's nothing. There's no news about Chiesa asking for anything right now. It's like he could be asking for more, but actually no journalist said he's asking for 7, 8. whenever it could come out that he's just not asking for anything, just the same wage, maybe a little increase, and it's just a club saying no, we're not going to do this right now. So that's probably why people are panicking or like all over the place when it comes to Chiesa.
Yeah, you know what? I've been so over this for the past 3 months. Like, just go. I somewhere. I actually don't care. Go swap with Porto. Hey, say Porto's a Champions League team, right? Go. Go play in Portugal. Go swap. I don't know. Like, I actually don't care anymore. DiMarzio said something about Roma again today. Like literally 10 minutes ago or something before we started. Yeah, he said, yeah, go look. He said that Roma are still there, and then he still has so many options, apparently. I don't like, just take one then. Just go.
Let me see what he said. I was setting up the stream, so I missed that.
Yeah.
Okay, the option to Roma remains open really quickly. Contacts never broken down. Now Roma can push if Chiesa accepts to leave. However, the club, he's looking at all options.
Yeah.
Very strange if he goes to Roma right now. To be
They're
honest,
gonna put Dybala, Sule, Chiesa, and Kolpani all on the right side.
I have no idea how that's gonna work, but then again,
and Dovbyk.
They're injury prone, some of them, so you might need cover, you know. But just on first sight, like I don't even know how you're gonna make that work right now. And he also talked about Nico Gonzalez, only if they accept players in the. Yeah.
Which won't happen. We know that. We know that won't happen.
Actually, the only journalist out there saying that we are gonna sign 2 wingers is Pedula. That's the only journalist.
Yeah.
Like actually coming out and saying it's gonna be. What the hell happened? It's gonna be. It's gonna be 2. Siri start talking. We're gonna sign 2 players. 2 wingers, excuse me. That's the only journalist say. And actually, today I was thinking about it, and we all had that talk. How many people are watching? Because YouTube is going crazy.
I see 52.
Okay, I see 2 for like 15 minutes, and I was like, something is happening. So if something is up with the stream, people, let me know, because I have no idea what the YouTube studio is doing.
It just froze for like 3 seconds, but now it's back and going
that
again.
I saw.
And it's at 52 people.
Okay, I see 2, but yeah. But when it comes, like today, I was thinking about it, and I was like, first we all talked. Maybe he doesn't need wingers. Maybe he's gonna play a certain formation where actually he doesn't need wingers. Blah blah blah, you know. And I think we're all kind of lying to ourselves, basically, a little bit, because I watched the preseason games, and yes, it's preseason. We need wingers not named Wea and Mbangula. We need wingers, not you. You know, we definitely need wingers. You know, against Brest, they both played. He switched them, you know, from side. He was trying a lot of things out. The conclusion was they're not good enough. Like, they're not going to win you games on their own, you know, because Timothy Weah, even in a game against Brest, like, he does everything well until he makes that final decision. And it's like, error. Like, complete error. Like, some of the crosses were like, I put some of those crosses in. Like, I'm an amateur. Like, it's overhit, you know, too low, but it's consistent. I'm like, that's just not going to... And he's also very indecisive, you know. The more space he gets, the more mistakes he makes in the final third.
Because that's the thing.
That's an issue. You know, it's a massive issue, because in that Brest game, like, he got schemed out alone a lot of the times by switches from Cabal or him doing it itself, overlapping, and there was absolutely nothing from output, you know, not even a dangerous cross, like absolutely nothing. And I'm like, I'm sorry, you know, you cannot go into a season with Timothy Weah as your main guy right now. Just that could absolutely not be the case. So we definitely need 2 wingers. And according to Pedula, it's still Gonzalez. I mean, Cody Natale is pushing it. Actually, only DiMarcio's pushing it back a little bit. Conceição, Galeno is basically the main one right now. And he's still mentioning Conceição. Adeyemi came out saying, I never talked with Juve, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, and people are like, oh, schooled. I'm like, yeah, he's going to say that because the deal broke down. He's not going to, speaking to the Dortmund fans, saying, I spoke to them, but they couldn't pay, so here I am for another year. Like, it's not going to happen. Like, that's never going to happen. So
I really wanted to go to them, but oh, man.
They didn't have the money, so here we go again. Actually, Dortmund fans want him out, so
exactly.
He was definitely not going to say that right now because, oh boy. But yeah, we need a lot of things. And I was, like I said, it's all on the stove, but something, like, give us, not me, like, give Mota something right now.
Yeah.
Just give him something.
I swear, like after watching what happened on Saturday, I didn't watch, but obviously the upper management watched what happened Saturday, and they watched what happened against Nuremberg. They have to see, like, Weah can't be that guy, and Bangula can't be starting, and like they can't. So I think something will be done. Like, you gotta believe something's gonna be done.
Yeah,
just
but when?
What?
But when?
When it's gonna be done? It's August 31st. I'm convinced now.
Do you think Atalanta are gonna let Koopmeiners leave the last couple of days, or Nice are gonna let Todibo leave the last couple of days? Or
no,
Porto?
those guys. I'm talking about wingers.
Even Porto, like Galeno is a main guy. Yes, they have money issues, but if you go there like 4 or 5 days before the end of the transfer window, they have money, but they don't have a player. Like even for them, it's like, okay, thanks, but what now?
Yeah,
like, something needs to happen this week, and with something I mean Todibo needs to be like a here we go and first bid in for a Galeno, and actually it's getting closer for Koopmeiners to be agreed on, like something like that. You cannot go another week with haggling on a loan option with Nice, bumping up the Koopmeiners price by 2 million in bonuses. Like that, that time is past. That's what you do at the start of July. Like you skip those days. Now you have no choice, and you need to put that money on the table, because even that midfield, I watched the game. Like we can control the game. Maybe Brest were not playing with their main guys, because I don't know Brest's team. Like I'm gonna. They're
missing. I know they're missing a couple of guys because they're at the Olympics.
I saw they missed two. They missed 2 players. I know that. But like other than that, they didn't look good. Period. Like we conceded 2 absolutely ridiculous goals, but that's that. You know. Yeah. We controlled the game. Like we completely controlled the game. We didn't create anything. That's an issue. Until Douglas Luiz came on, nothing really was happening in that midfield. It was very kind of predictable, you know. It was kind of the same like last season, where it's just Vlahovic up top, hoping one of the wingers can put some good crosses in, which definitely was not the case.
It's very isolated. Very isolated.
He was very isolated again, and he missed a horrible chance from a set piece from a corner.
Oh, was it the header, right? I saw extended highlights.
I think he closed his eyes when he had that.
Yeah.
That looked absolutely horrible. But you cannot make those mistakes again. Like you need, if you said no to Calafiori for 50 million because they want the Koopmeiners, then you need to bring in Koopmeiners right now.
Oh, absolutely.
You should have been done.
You look ridiculous if you don't at this point, especially because everybody knows that you rejected the idea of getting Calafiori instead of Koopmeiners.
Yeah.
Like you look like a fool if you don't get him now. But Koopmeiners is giving me Milinkovic-Savic vibes. I'm telling you. It's in terms of getting him or not getting him. That's what I mean.
It's becoming frustrating. You know, I think I've seen people who were talking about the price by Koopmeiners, not saying just pay it up because they're desperate. They're desperate because it's obvious what we're missing in midfield. You've added Thuram. He played as a 6 most of that first half against Brest. You know, switched to 8.
You're telling me that, yeah.
Switched to 8. For again, you know, Weah switched from side. He tried out a lot of things. Actually, it was interesting to see Thuram there. Like Fagioli 10ish was what I kind of expect from Fagioli right now on the 10. It's not enough. Like it's just not enough. You know, it's good. Like it's not that you look at Fagioli in the position like, oh boy, like you're completely lost. It's not like that, but you can see he's not there yet. You know, if you compare it to a player like Koopmeiners, the difference is massive. I know people will come on and say, what? You know, it is, man. The money is probably the issue for a lot of players. But Koopmeiners, for me, is a top player. Like, he's a top player.
Absolutely.
He really is a top player.
Dutch fans are mad that he got injured for the Euro Cup.
Like, he's a very good player. I think people are disrespecting him, and I have no idea why. I'm again, price tag, but you cannot move the price tag thing to say a player is not good enough. Maybe he's not good enough for the price you're playing. Fine, I guess, but like, even if we pay 60, that doesn't mean he gets 20 million less good, basically, if that makes any sense. Like, he is who he is. Even if you pay €1 or at 100 million euros, he's still a good player. You overpaid, but that's not his issue. We need him. We definitely need him. I was watching that first half, especially that first half, and I was like, oh man, no, like that's a no. When your star player was Cabal, kinda, it's iffy. Like, it's a bit iffy. And again, it's pre-season, but obvious things are lacking. We're going into the season, and the stream might be. Oh no, he's back. We're going into a season. Let's say Como. Let's say next week. Next week is actually the last week. Let's say next week we got Todibo in.
Yep.
And the week before we kick off the season, Koopmeiners come in. That first game against Como will be Timothy Weah and Vlahovic up top. Basically.
4-4-2, but the 4 in the middle are all diamond. Yeah.
That's what will happen. And even though you need to beat Como, it's not ideal, because then you have, I don't know who we have on the second day. I know we have Rome on the third day.
I think it's Verona.
Blank that out. You're prepping, and then you have international break. Even the players who signed, they're gone again. You're like, oh man, like, the main guys should have been in. That's my biggest issue. I know it's not ideal. It's not easy, whatever, to move on these players, as you can see right now. I don't know. Like, if you're telling the world these players need to leave, and then you also need to be sure that you 1,000% are getting the replacements in.
Yeah. 100%.
You cannot turn around now and say, Rugani, it's too late. Now you need to stay, kinda, like, it's a messy situation. If you sell Sule and Chiesa, then I mean, like, it's chaos. It is chaos. And it started off so good, it felt so refreshing. It's still refreshing because the club is telling, you guys need to leave. Juventus are working to extend Perin's contract, says Romeo. We knew that since May. So, that's absolutely no news. But let me read out a few chats because I skipped everything. I'm not gonna lie. They're all dropping in right now. Alex is saying, oops, get rid of the Deadwood. Giuntoli is going to be full of gray hair by the end of the window. I'm expecting Giuntoli to make mistakes because of the load of work. Otherwise, he wouldn't have done if he had just a few moves. There are always going to be mistakes. Do we still need to sell just to get Todibo and Koopmeiners? No chance at wingers. Then yield this. And it is.
People rolling in like the video. Over 100 people.
Really? That's insane. I can see 10. But people, smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. A few I saw that. 2 players out on a day is good, even though Nucleus and Barbieri were easier to get compared to Arthur McKennie. Yeah, like, when Padula comes out and said McKennie wants 4 million, I fell over. I actually fell over. Yeah. I was like, huh? I was like, probably wrong,
Where's he getting 4 million from?
He's not getting 4 million if he signs on a free agent contract. I will tell you that, because the club that gives him 4 million is cooked.
Yeah,
that's
I was gonna say, like, Rabiot still has no contract, which is hilarious.
He wants the money Douglas Luiz is getting without showing Douglas Luiz's potential. Insane, crazy. Like, I don't know, and if he gets that, man, fair play. I applaud him. I really applaud him. If he gets 4 million, I applaud him, because you cheated the system. You did. He's not a 4 million euro player. It's not even close. It's not messed up to me because Chiesa doesn't want to work with us, so he's getting moved on. This is a prime. This is a prime example of biting off more than you could chew. Chiesa's one situation we should have resolved before the Euros. Now we need to place him on top of every player. Okay, how do you see resolving that issue before the Euros? Because I don't understand that. You know what you mean? Sell him? Nobody was gonna buy him. Like nobody's buying him now, and the price tag is 50 million euros.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure what that means resolve before the Euros, because the contract extension was never on the table. So yeah, the two wingers will probably be someone like Galeno and another like Berardi, maybe Sancho. Don't think we can afford two top wingers if we need Koop and Todibo, as well as the Vice Vlahovic thoughts. Well, the Berardi one, you're gonna pay quite a lot of money for Berardi as well, and I don't want the club to spend a single dime on Berardi.
You still think they would have to?
Yeah, he came out. Cannavale saying the price is the price because he's a top player. He's a key player
I thought
for
it would
us.
be lower now because they're instead of B and
he's injured.
He's hurt.
When is he
Yeah.
back? When is he back? Does anyone know when he's back?
Like late October, early November.
He's perfectly willing to stay at Sassuolo. He's that type of player. So I don't want these type of players at the club.
Yeah.
Ever.
No, I'm just saying. I thought it'd be a little bit cheaper at this point.
I mean, what is cheap? 20 million? Do you think that's cheap?
No, I thought I was gonna say like fucking 8 or something.
What? No chance. They will keep him then. They will definitely keep
All
him.
right.
Gonna go out on a limb and say we're not gonna get Koop. I don't see it. Let me see. Can we talk something positive? We will in a sec. I will give it a go. Actually, I've been positive all summer. I really have. Like I really have. And now I look like an idiot. I mean, extend them for a year. That was never an option. That's not a resolve. That's not resolving. That's just extending the issue. Like, then next summer you're in the same issue. That's not resolving. That's just purple patching what we have done for years, and that's why we're in this situation. So that's absolutely no solution. I'm sorry.
Sometimes you just gotta rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah. I think getting rid of all those players, we're gonna be minus having to buy out so many of them. We're in 46, excuse me. Positive to be exact. That's what Norbert says.
No, it said 64.
Oh, 64, excuse me.
Yeah.
It's 46. It's otherwise. And it's the other way around in Dutch, the numbers. But yeah. Renewing the contract with Bremer was an excellent move. We'll talk about that in a sec, I guess. No, let's talk.
I'm waiting for the next renewal will be in December.
Yeah, I mean, we renewed
With
Rugani 2 months ago.
Another video tribute to him renewing.
I'm not doing a video on Bremer
with
renewing.
preseason footage this time.
Yeah, I'm not
celebrating his.
I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna lie.
What is the exact figure of his release clause now? Because obviously he didn't delete it.
No,
was it just? It was increased.
According to Pedula, it's 70 million euros.
70 million. So that's an increase of 10 million because it was 60, I believe.
It was 60, yeah.
So 70 million euros, and we bought him for 41 million euros. But now we've extended his contract another year to 2029.
Oh yeah, he's gone. I thought we knew that. No.
No. Like, what's the point? Like,
I thought we knew that he was gone.
Yeah, he's a sitting duck. He's there. He's gone.
I mean, he's 28, and you said his dream is to play for a Prem. Okay, it's not a given that he's gone, but I don't think anyone will be shocked if he's gone next summer. I saw people again complaining about the 70 mil. Nobody's gonna pay more for 70 mil for a defender who's 29.
He's only 26.
27 right now. What did I say?
He's 20. Well, you said like 28, 29. I was like, I don't know, not that.
He's old. He's old.
Oh, I thought it was
okay, no, I don't want to say he's
97.
old. By the way, I don't want to say he's 27 now, so 28. Excuse me.
Okay.
28.
There you go.
28. Like 70 million. Nobody's gonna pay 70 million for a center back 28.
Yeah.
If you didn't,
unless you're like sick, unless you're like amazing, and everyone thinks you're amazing. The
He's
PR
good,
side.
but he's not. Okay, no, I don't want to say that. Like, he's good, but again, I see Magay going to Newcastle for
Newcastle. Yeah.
68 million euros or something like that, or was it 60
Yeah.
million
I saw
euros?
65 million pounds. No,
Yeah,
which is even more
there's even
in
more.
euros.
That's probably
Yeah.
70 plus million euros, which is unbelievable. But they're not going to pay that for a Brazilian defender, if that makes any
No.
sense. They're doing that.
Yeah.
Even Braithwaite, they wanted 65, and I'm like, man, you had one good season. Like, even Gay,
Yeah.
like, he kind of popped in the Euros. I think nobody was watching him all season saying, oh man, that's a 70 million center back. Absolutely not, no chance.
No.
If we
Not
pay,
that amount. Yeah.
if Real Madrid pays 70 million for Gay, I think their fans were right at the stadium, outside the
Yeah.
stadium. They're like, what?
Yeah.
So that was never going to be the case. So it's better that the release clause is in there. Otherwise, we would be selling him for 35 or something like that. We're very capable of doing that. Yeah. Honestly, I don't see
it's protection, right? It's just a little bit better protection
protection.
for the club and him.
He wants to be here, by the way. Like, okay, he said people go overboard. Like, he's a Brazilian. I don't expect him to dream of playing for Juve when he grew up. I really don't, especially Brazilians. Yeah. I don't. Like, I expect them from Italians. I do expect them from Italians. And also, I expect them from
French, in my opinion.
French players, Croatian players, those type of countries. I do, because they're close to Italy. Like, it's different. I don't think anyone in Brazil is waking up to watch Serie. Like, it's just not happening. So I'm okay with that. He's happy to be here. He's not depressed. Like, he's not depressed.
No, he's lived here in Torino for ages now.
Yeah, it's like Alexandro, basically.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Because he could have gone to Chelsea for big money. The club told him, no, you're not going to go. And he was kind of pushing for the move. They gave him a new deal, and he was like, fine, I'll stay. No issue.
Yep.
So it is what it is. For you, the sales of Nicolosi and Barbieri, can they at least unlock Todibo? No, I don't think I don't think the 2 million. I think the formula is kind of the issue right now, rather than a couple of millions.
Yeah,
I
think they had enough. They had enough to get Todibo already. It's just how they're, like you said, formalizing the actual. Because what did they say? 7 to 10 million right now this year. I think they have that. It's just what they have to play obliged next year.
I think it's that basically. That's going off latest reports. Like, it feels like the club has the money, but and people smash the like button, because now I can see it's only 29 likes, and that's not even enough to get Todibo. I'm guessing.
No, it's not. That's crazy.
Somebody's saying
everybody's penny pinching these days. It's free. Just do it.
I'm gonna charge people. Atalanta will never lower the price. They got him until 27, and Orbit is responding. Koop is not staying, dude. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's gonna stay. It cannot happen for so many reasons. One, he told Atalanta, I want to leave. His agency made that very clear. He wants to leave. Everybody knows he has an agreement with Juve. He's not even being called up. Yes, injury, but even if he was not, like, he would have been called up and all those things, or play a little. Like, he's back from injury, but like actually play a little bit. If Atalanta was like, absolutely no chance he's leaving, they would have played him. Or they would have.
So
let him
yesterday
train.
Yesterday they played, lost 4-1, right? Everyone knew that. Atalanta played and lost 4-1. He didn't start. He came on 60th minute. Their fans, whatever, how many amount of fans they have online, it's not much, but they were rattled at him. Like, they were so mad at how he was playing.
Yeah,
because it looked like his give a shit meter was like there.
Yeah,
not up here. Yeah,
with play, I mean, like, play him like he's one of the main guys. Not just here we go and so on. Actually, Dutch reports are suggesting that his manager was kind of pissed that he came on. Again, Atalanta have every right to play him, by the way. If there's no offer, if somebody's asking for 60 and they're offering 20 million less, then that's why we brought Sule, to put pressure on Roma. Like, we're going to play him. Like, if you're not going to put up the money close to what we want, he's just going to play. We have no issue in keeping him as well, if needed. That doesn't work for Chiesa, obviously, because they told him, we're not going to play you. It's just what it is, you know.
Just get the fuck out.
That's basically it. So, apparently, needs to don't believe in us getting Champions League to be obligated to buy. I doubt that's the reason. By the way, I don't think that is the reason that's holding the deal back.
There's no chance that Nice believe that.
Yeah, I really
because
refuse
you
to
know
believe.
those bonuses in Thuram's deal are probably the exact same thing.
Yeah.
You get $1 million if you make the Champions League.
Is Sancho still in? No, I think he means like if we get Champions League, then it will be an obligation. If we don't, it won't be obligation. I don't think anyone would accept that deal.
Oh, I see. You're just saying in general.
You get 5 million extra. Just now it will be obligated. I don't think Nice is gonna loan out a player for that long in the season because injuries can happen. I don't think that's gonna be the case. That's like nobody. Even if you offer that deal or like ask a club to accept that deal, you should be publicly shamed because no club is gonna loan out a valuable asset, you know?
Yeah.
A valuable asset and waiting until the end of the season. Like no, like if injuries happen, then what? Like we cannot work with him, you know? So I don't think that's really the issue. It cannot be the issue. It's just more so about probably when will it be an obligation, you know, for which bonuses and so on and so on. I saw another comment. I see another team coming in and getting Coop, just like Arsenal with Calafiori. I don't see that right now. I don't see that happening. For Romano, Sancho isn't an option for Juve. I think that's a bit obvious right now that it's not an option.
That died. That died pretty quick.
Yeah. Okay. We had all that, you know, talk and so on. Nothing really actually moving. Yeah, we're selling, like we're moving on Barbieri and Nicolosi. That's kind of a start, you know, but those were probably the easiest deal. Low wages, you know, low fees.
Yep.
If you go down the list, now comes Kostic 3.5, McKennie 3, Arthur almost 6 million euros.
Giuntoli's really good at selling kids.
Yeah, it's easy.
I know. It's so easy.
Like I'm being honest. I don't know how. I try to sell me, like, let's say the chat is, I don't know, any club, any mid-table clubbish, you know, maybe fighting for a European spot, you know, every odd season here and there or whatever, or getting Europe but in a lower league competition, in a lower league basically.
Yep.
Try to sell Kostic on 3.5 million, McKennie on 3, asking for 4, Milik on 3.5, Arthur on 6. How are you gonna sell that? Like, if I'm Giuntoli, I have no idea how. I'm being honest. I don't feel sorry for him, by the way, but I don't know where to start. I have absolutely no clue where to start in selling these players. I don't see.
The only thing, like, even you can, because it's so minuscule, the positive points about these players. Like Kostic, he got a lot of assists that one time. That one time he got a lot of assists that 1 year. And then McKennie, he had a good season last year, but he was shit for 2, and then he was all right for the first one. I don't know. Like, you're right. These are very, very, like, worse than mid players, and they make too much money for those type of teams as well. And the teams that could afford them, they don't want them. And you're stuck. How many, like, McKennie's got 1 year left? The saving grace is that you, like, for McKennie, he's going to make what? How many? You told me this on last podcast. How much does that guy make?
So it's 2.8 plus bonuses, but apparently it with the bonuses are always reach, it's plus 3. Let's say 3.
Okay, so 3 million. So if he signs with a new team at, let's say, even 3.5, you still get a pay raise. You just take the deal. Just take the deal because, like you said, as a free agent next year, you're not like, no one's going to give you that. I'm sorry.
Oh, especially if you're not going to play.
Yeah, you're not going to play this year. You had your best season, apparently, to the U.S. men's national team fucking Twitter account last year, and they can't believe that that we're selling him and we're kicking him out. Like, you gotta just. McKennie has no self-awareness. Chiesa has no self-awareness. Milik has no self-awareness. And Kostic, I don't know what Kostic is doing. I think he's just hurt, and I think he's gonna stay. I think him and Milik are staying.
Let me flip this question. Will you have
Yep.
self-awareness being on 3.5, knowing I'm not gonna get that money anywhere else, and I'm pushing 30 most of them,
If I'm
injury
McKennie,
prone? No, not
am I
McKennie, but like
McKennie?
Milik,
Oh,
Kostic,
so if I'm Milik,
Arthur.
and I don't know if I have aspirations for European football anymore, because then I look to get if I'm just cool with money, I'm going to Saudi Arabia.
Okay, but do they want it?
If I'm just cool with money,
They need to want Milik in Saudi Arabia or Kostic.
I'm sure they just took Giacomo Bonaventura, Al Shabab. You
Really?
can't find a team like that.
I missed
Yeah.
that. Why did I miss that? Oh my god.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like those type of players are going there.
Actually, the Saudi league signed a goalkeeper from the Belgium league. Like he's
Oh, yeah?
horrible. Like he's horrible.
Oh, there you go.
And he left. I think he was like, because he was playing for like a traditional good team, like top team in Europe back in the 80s, whatever. But now they're just mid-table at best, you know. And
Sure.
he's not
Yeah.
good. I thought like I don't know who his agent was, but I was like, man, amazing, you know.
Yeah.
But again, he comes from this. He comes from, I don't know, like 30K a year. Well, I'm putting 50K a year, going to maybe 500,000 a year, and he's like, yeah, man, I'm gone.
Yeah, absolutely. This is my point. If Milik is driven by money, go to Saudi Arabia. Like, I don't know. If Kostic is driven by he wants to stay in European football, then Kostic is staying, because no one's gonna be able to buy him, unless I don't know, a Turkish team matches the wages, because some Turkish teams have that kind of money.
Yeah.
But will they waste it on him?
That's it. They like to waste quote unquote money, but even if they waste quote unquote money, they still get the best out of them out of the league. In the league.
For sure. Absolutely. Like you see, like Wilfred Zaha, what's that? Oh, they got smacked 5-0, by the way.
Immobile.
They also Bashik. Yeah, no Bashik. Yeah.
Mertens. Actually, they're better players, but.
Oh, I'm just saying, like Kostic, like I can already see him wearing yellow and blue stripes at Fenerbahce. I don't know why, but I could just see it.
I can see it as well.
Yeah, like, I can just see him wearing that jersey in a day or next year or this year. I don't know why. Is that hope? Maybe, but like
hope.
at the same time, it's hope because he's hurt now. And then the other one, so Arthur, good luck. Like,
Somebody's saying, I understand why. Oh, no.
Yeah, go.
No, you go.
I was going to say, what was the deal? Did we pay half of Arthur's salary last year? What was that?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
we pay part of the wages.
Okay. So you're going to have to do the same thing. Except you just can't extend the contract this time.
Well, we extended him last year, so.
I know, that's my point. Like, you just can't do that.
Somebody's saying, I understand why the front people are pushing sales, but we weakened our position by letting everybody know we need these sales. They're out, and we need to buy our way down the price too. I think what they said post game was not for the people, but was for the players.
Yes.
Because everybody knew, like, clubs and agents, they're not on Twitter listening to Fabrizio Romano and Petula tweet saying, they want these players out. They know because agents have been told Milik, Kostic all need to leave, and they tell other clubs they need to leave, and the price is low. They're gonna tell that. They're gonna say that, you know. So what Mota did today, or like it was a Saturday, was for the players, because now the players, publicly, Mota told the world, and now fans will be like, oh my god, you're still here, the club told you to leave, you know. That's it. It's not for other clubs, basically. Like, they told it, now everybody knows, the fan bases, by clubs in general, they know. Agents have spoken to other clubs, you know, and it's just what it is, you know. The price is down because we're desperate.
Fali Ramadani and Federico Pastorello have been out shopping their dudes out since June. They've been going across Europe, these agents. Their clients well know that they should leave.
Oh yeah, 100. Like, I mean, if we know, then yeah.
Yeah.
Like everybody in the world of football knows. So
It's hilarious when you see Chiesa come back to the training or like doing his medical check-in. Everyone's like, stay. It's like, how do you act in that situation? Like, no, I have to go, man. Like in my head, I'm like, I've been told I gotta go.
even at his wedding day,
Yeah, that's crazy.
yeah, people should be arrested for that. But yeah,
Yeah.
For a special kind of jail, to be honest. um, yeah, I meant the original comments, not yesterday. My fault. Actually, the original comments were everybody's part of Juve. 18th of July, you can look it up, saying Chiesa, he's part of Juve. Everybody's part of the Juve squad, because I think they had some hope that these players would be leaving on their own, and didn't happen. So now they're trying to turn the fans against them. That's what I said when Allegri came out saying, the club used the media. Yeah, they use the media. Managers use the media. Players, agents, they all use the media. That's how the media works. That's how they make papers fly off the shelves, basically.
Yep.
They've been told they're not like, yes, they might be making up stuff here and there, fantasy things, but a lot of things they are being told by agents, players, clubs, officials, like whatever, that's how they come to their stories. When there are reports about a bust up in a locker room, they were not in that locker room, but somebody in that locker room came out to them and told them. Even if it was a kit man, it got leaked, so I have that's why when Allegri was complaining about it, I was like, if you don't want to play the game, then, leave the sport, basically, because that's how it is. You use the media, everybody uses the media. Todibo needs to be here. Here we go this week, surely. Well, tomorrow, basically. Last week, the week before.
2 weeks ago, I was just saying. 2 weeks
Actually,
ago.
funny enough, somebody in the chat, I think it was yesterday, was actually arguing with me, like really arguing with me, that we don't need Todibo. Actually, we don't need a defender.
A center back or a defender?
A center back, CB, like a real center back.
Yeah, we do.
We said we have Gatti and Danilo. And you have Bremer and you keep Rugani, basically.
So not Cabal, who's been the best one so far.
Oh, he's been good, yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying that he's been the best center back we've had so far, and that person didn't mention his name.
No, that was not the argument, because that was before we played, and he only played a handful of minutes against Nuremberg, so
yeah.
That was before the game, so it was. I think it was Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah.
But we need a center back, right? Like.
Absolutely, we do. Sorry, can you hear me or no?
I can hear you. I was reading the chat. I got confused. I can hear you.
Yeah. Absolutely, we need a center back, because at this moment in time, do you trust young Cabal and Bremer? Like, you trust Bremer, obviously, but in the back four. I didn't even see how, was Bremer good in the back four? I didn't even see, because I didn't watch the game. That's another thing we have to remember.
He's good. He's composed. Again, it's preseason.
Yeah.
But he's composed. He has a good switch of play on him. Really.
Oh, not Cabal, Bremer.
Oh, Bremer.
Yeah, in the back four.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a very small sample size, even like.
I didn't see, though. That's my point.
He was okay. He was okay, but I mean, even Danilo.
We assume he's starting tomorrow. And they're going to play in the back four.
Yeah, it will depend.
Yeah.
Unless they storm the pitch, and the game got.
No, they can't do that now.
But even it's preseason. Oh, they can do it. They did it last time.
No, that was at the Agnelli's house, wasn't it?
No, at the stadium when they were shouting Lukaku, we do not want Lukaku.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
But like on Saturday, like it's very easy. Like I could have come on and absolutely slated Danilo, for that goal, because he was just that's schoolboy. That's Sunday league level of defending what he did there, But it's preseason. I was like, I'm not like it was so obvious. He was so late in stepping out. Like it was ridiculous. I don't expect Danilo to make that mistake, that glaring, in a season, because that was not. It was just on. Like it's not even close. Like half the squad was always at midfield, and he was just strolling about.
The ball was played and it went over the top of our defenders, and then Danilo stepped up.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Like when you saw that, you run with your player. You just like screw this.
Yeah.
You do not step up. But it's preseason. I'm like fine, whatever. So I don't take individual things out of preseason. It's just team things. The only thing that I'm impressed about right now is physically they look sharp. Like they look good physically, all of them.
Yeah,
right
you
now.
mentioned that.
They
That's a
really
good thing.
do. They really do. They really, really do. I was impressed with it. So that's a positive. But yeah, I mean, how even for Mota, it must be frustrating. Setting up, trying to install something in the team, but you're like, I have no wingers. I don't have my number 10. I don't have the center back I need. Basically, it's just, and maybe he's leaving, or is he not leaving? It's just, it's a weird situation to work with right now, or to prep the season. I thought the main guy should have been in. I was expecting that. Not gonna lie, I really was. And
we all were in July. Yeah.
On Chiesa. Oh no, you go, because I'm gonna pin that.
All I was gonna say was, everyone's trying to do this box midfield now. I don't know if you know this. Like in the Premier League, obviously Pep created the box midfield where he brings someone else in, drags someone else to be with the midfield three when in possession. Yeah. And I'm seeing everybody say, "Oh, Cambiasso is going to go in the box of our midfield." And I'm thinking, okay, great. So that means we're going to have a back three when we lose possession, because we are going to lose possession a lot, because we did that. No,
we did that in preseason. The goals came from possession. Yeah.
So when Thiago Motta gets his point across and we have our box midfield in the middle, is like, would you rather have Cabal, Bremer, and Danilo as the three at the back, or Todibo? Like, again, what do we need? Is that where he was coming from? Maybe at the beginning, he probably didn't know what the box midfield meant. To be honest,
I'm not calling Todibo a scrub. I'm not the biggest fan, but I'd rather play him than Danilo. It's just my opinion, like.
Okay, so but who's gonna? That has to be a right back, right?
Yeah.
In the right back position, not as a center back, because
if
Cambiasso is going to start as your left back and go into this box, that left center back is Todibo or Cabal. It can't be Danilo on the right, because he's on the right. There is no other right back.
Decision, like, if you want Todibo, then it is what it is. Then don't want Todibo right now.
Yeah.
Even with Cambiasso, I saw people pushing back on Cambiasso. Actually, he's not that good based on preseason. I remember last season, I came on, maybe the chat remembers, and I said, like, he impressed me. But when people were like, oh my God, he's this, and I'm like, don't do this again. Like, it was like with Chiesa. Remember that life with Chiesa? And people were like, he's world class Mbappe, and I couldn't believe what people were saying back that night. I was like, look, who would have thought? Who would have thought we would be here? I I thought that, not to this extent, but like, it's if you say crazy stuff like, oh, Cambiasso is one of the best, he's not. He's very good. I think he's very, very good. But he's a
useful player.
He's a very useful player. That's why I think he's good. But he doesn't stand out how do I make? He's not a player people will look at him and be like, oh my God. You know what I mean? That's special or something. But he's good for us. But I also see him as a player that in 2-3 years times, I can see him being quote unquote replaced, if that makes any sense. Where it's like,
absolutely,
we kind of switch things up formation wise, and it's just natural. That's how it went, basically. That's the type of player he potentially could be. But right now, he's a very good player for us. That's why when people go overboard, I'm like, oh man, just chill. Like, chill. Yeah. That's what everybody, even with Bremer, and people are like, oh, he's top 3, top 5. I'm like, he's very, very good. We don't always need to do, oh, he's top this, he's top that. Actually win stuff consistently, prove that, and then we can have those conversations.
He's a very good defender in Serie A. That's it.
Like 1v1, he's incredible. Like he's very good. Like he knows what he does. It's almost perfect at times, 1v1. If you get him an open space, he is who he is. It doesn't look shambolic, but you can see he's struggling a little bit. He doesn't have the pace. Like that's the type of player he is. So and he needs to learn that, because I thought like Chiellini, like he's not the fastest or whatever, but he was just smart, even in open space. Like but again, like it's Chiellini. Like that's when people like with Gatti, even for jokes, like he's new Chiellini. I'm like, take that back. Like please take that back. That's ridiculous. He actually played well, Gatti, by the way. It was okay.
That's my point.
He was okay, but
let him live off that let him off that low wage and just be a backup, man. That's it.
If he,
by the way, everyone said he was gonna. Everyone said he was gonna start right back, and he hasn't played there once.
No, that's what was what I was gonna say. When people talk about right back, I'm like, that's where I'm like, yeah, sell him. Like, yeah, if we're gonna play him right back, just get him out. Get him out before actually I need to come on every week and cuss him out, because he got cooked by, I don't know, a Sporting Lisbon winger in the Champions League on match day 1. Like,
Loriente.
I don't want to see that. So, but yeah, actually, when is the Champions League draw? Does anyone know? Is it September?
I think the 31st of August. No.
Okay.
Or the Friday. It's always the Friday.
I'm just gone by then. That's bad.
I don't know when it's I don't know if it's the 31st, but it's that Friday.
Okay.
So maybe even the 30th. No, I don't know.
I'm actually looking forward a little bit to the new format. It's gonna be a little bit off key, but 8 games.
I think we have a better. Well, we have a way higher chance of playing better teams.
Yeah, it's 8 games.
No, I'm just saying, but it's not even like we play one good team twice. We could play like 4 really good teams.
Oh yeah. But it's just going to be interesting. Like, you can get Man City, but is it at home? Is it away?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
that's going to be extremely. Like, I'm actually looking forward to. Maybe because we didn't play Europe as well last season. Maybe more so.
I'm shit scared to play a good team in like September.
Yeah, me as well. Like, we're gonna get dunked on, but I think nobody's. I don't think anyone is expecting us to go to the Etihad and go toe to toe with Man City. Like, if anyone thinks that, then you're crazy. So, but I'm still looking forward to that. Somebody saying I'm looking forward to the draw, but if it's mad, I'm not looking forward to the actual games. I'm actually more if I know my club is who they are, then I'll go into Champions League games with But if I know we're good, if we're actually good, I go into Champions League games feeling sick, like really sick. Where I'm like, I'm gonna throw up in a sec.
From 2015 to 2018.
Yeah, like those games. Oh my god. Like, at times I needed just take a second shower after the game. I was like, this is too much, like way too much. I remember certain games I was like, oh boy. That Bayern game we kicked off, I thought I was gonna die. We were dunked on
2-2 one, or the
with
second
Evra.
one?
Yeah, with Evra.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't believe we didn't win that game. It went to extra time. In the first 5 minutes, I was like, how are we playing extra time in this game? It should have been. It should not even been close. That game should have been gone by like minute 60. It should have been wrapped up. Insane. And that was this actual season. I thought we had the best chance of winning the Champions League. The way we played that season after the start we had. I keep saying if we won against Bayern, I think nobody would have stopped us. I really believe that to this day.
Yeah, I agree, because the momentum was just there.
It was unbelievable. The momentum was unbelievable. And it was not even the best of squads we had, but it was just it was just unbelievable. Like everything clicked and worked. It was just, oh boy, I still cannot believe we have not won a Champions League in those 9 years. It's so frustrating.
Yeah, that 4-year span, especially the final, the Bayern, the final, and then was that 2018? Who did we lose out to again? Was it Real Madrid? The penalty shot at the end? That 4-year span.
Okay, we should have at least won one. Like one.
Yeah.
Losing against that first Barcelona team, I was like, that was kind of ridiculous. But even that game, they were the better team, but it wasn't like, oh my god,
Yeah.
The
first 20 minutes were bad.
The first 20 minutes, we were like, what the hell is happening? But then we settled in. And it was okay. Like, it was calm.
Yeah.
That Real Madrid team as well. That final, oh my god. After
Again,
Mandzukic
first half
scored,
was fine.
after Mandzukic scored, I was like, this is it.
Yeah.
This is actually it. We find a way to do it. I thought we had them pinned back until halftime. It was all us, and I was like, yeah, man, this is it. This is it until I don't know, the black magic comes out again with Casemiro.
Yeah, it went off Khedira, no? The shot from like 50 yards out. Yeah.
But the issue right now with that was not the game. It was just collapse. Like, boom.
Yeah, the
like,
mental headspace.
And I'm like, come on, man. The first half was good. Overall, you might have been the better team. Why do that? You concede, you go again. It is what it is. That's why I've said so many times, like, I want another type of manager. You know, not Italian. Yes, Agnelli, yes, media, yes, this. I don't want that. When people are like, we need Italians, I just want winners. That's it.
Yep.
I don't care what because Chiesa's Italian. Look how that's turning out. Locatelli, if he doesn't have a good season, he's Italian. Look how that's gonna turn out. You know.
Bonucci, main culprit.
Yeah. He was waffling again 2 weeks ago. I was like, shut up.
Yeah, isn't he retired? Like, isn't he just go away?
He retired, and he was talking about, I got disrespected. I'm like, shut up. He said, I gave so much for the club. I left to Milan for the better of the club. I'm like, you were crawling back the next year to Allegri. He was shitting on Allegri all interview, saying I left because of him. I'm like, you came back. You were that desperate. You came back. I'm like, shut up. You know, whatever you say now, it's gone because he came back to the same coach you're cussing out. That guy like has 20 personalities.
He's a bitch. Whiny little bitch.
Somebody said, but the fourth team might be Aston Villa. Going to Villa Park, it's not easy. It's not easy.
Say what's up to Illing and Enzo on the bench.
If they play with their intensity and pace at home, it can get spooky. They've
been very bad at preseason.
Yeah, I saw that. You know, but if you watch him last season at home, it's like...
they're very good. He's got Unai Emery's got Mourinho vibes at home.
At home, it's like, oh boy. If you can see one, it can be 2, 3 really quickly if you don't be careful, you know. So, again, for us, nothing is going to be easy. Not even Brest away, if we get Brest again.
No.
Nothing is easy. Nothing should be a given for us. You need to respect that. And that's it, I guess, you know. Let's see who we will get in that group stage, who will play at home. Go to home
but
game.
Going back into that, so there's still 32 teams that qualify, or is there more now? I think it's still 32. And you just have to finish in the top 24, or is it top 16?
I think it's 24 or something.
No, because nobody drops, right? The top 8 advance to the whatever round.
Yeah, and then the others need
9 to 24 play a knockout before that.
But I don't know if the knockout. I don't know if the knockout is home and away. I thought it was home and away, but
I have no idea.
I need to
the first phase. If you're 9 to 24, I have no idea if it's home and away.
Actually, you need to be very poor to
not make it. That's my point. You need to make the knockout at least.
Yeah, you need to be extremely poor not to make it. Because yes, you can have top teams, but if you look at pot 3 and 4, like it should be teams you should be beating on paper.
They're layups. Yeah,
you should be beating. Like you can play Bruges.
I think you need 7 points even. Like, you need 2 wins and a draw to get like 24th.
It could be, it could be.
Like you can go 2-1-5 and still probably make it.
Because those teams in pot 4 play difficult teams. Like they play top. So, like you need to be extremely poor to not make it. Wouldn't be surprised, but it cannot happen. Like we definitely need to make it out of that group, whatever. Last question before we're gonna wrap this one up. Do you think something is going to happen this week? I keep asking people coming on this question, but not the outs. Forget about the outs right now.
A player getting a here we go, or a player getting his interview?
No, here we go. The interview will take ages.
A here we go? A here we go. It's Todibo or Koopmeiners because they're not doing the other ones first. So I'm going to say no.
No.
I'm going to say no.
Depressing stuff.
If it was another random dude, sure, I would say yes. Like it was a market opportunity on a backup, whatever, I'd say yes. But I think they're so focused on Todibo and what's his name, Koopmeiners, that they're the next ones in. So I say no. I hope.
Yeah, I think we all hope, but that would be
Yeah.
absolutely depressing. But
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Sorry, does that mean by Friday or do you mean by the like Saturday,
Well, Friday
Sunday?
because they apparently don't work on
Okay.
Saturday, Sunday. Even on deadline
Yeah, I
day,
know.
they don't work.
That blows. I hate that. They work on deadline day in January. I know that.
Yeah, but it's like it's Sunday, Saturday,
Yeah,
after some
they're
whatever.
checked out.
Um,
They gotta go to church.
Somebody says I'm new to your channel. Thanks, appreciate it. What do you actually think of the whole Chiesa situation in 15 words? Oh my God.
Okay, I'll count. Go.
15. Oh, no, I cannot do that because I will end at
No,
13.
I cannot do that.
The situation is what it is. It is what it is. It was the writing was on the wall for months, like you said, or weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
it
it.
gone. Like that's it. Like I
I
got
accepted
like
it.
I'll say it again. I've been over it since June. I don't
Yeah,
care.
I said when you go
I
when
even like when the first things were saying like he's not going to renew, I was like, yeah, it makes sense. He's not good. He's not been good for 3 years.
yeah, and somebody
Oh
said
well.
when he went to the Euros without a contract extension, I'm like, yeah, it's done. If you needed any
Yeah.
more confirmation, then it's done. Like Rabiot, when he went to the Euros, I'm like, I
He
don't
ain't
think
coming back.
he's not coming back. When we signed
Yeah.
Thuram, I'm like, and the media was like, and we keep him, we get Thuram, and we can keep Rabiot. I'm like, no, we can't.
No, no, that's not how that works.
That's not gonna happen.
You need 6 midfield spots, 7 if you're desperate.
Yeah. So
We already have that.
Cristoforo Mileli, last question. Mileli saying, what grade do you give the transfer window if you only get Koop and Todibo but not other signings? 4. I'm gonna be harsh because you have no wingers, so
What did we sell though?
let's say we sell what we are trying to sell.
So all those 12
Yeah, but you get
players
Koopmeiners and
and
Todibo. It's still
only
a 4 for me because you have no
so I
wingers.
have Weah and Mbangula starting.
Yeah,
Or
and
Yildiz.
no, it's a 4. Like you cannot do that. That's
That's not
horrible.
good.
That's horrible. That's absolutely horrible. Like you don't have position filled.
That is horrendous. Yeah, that's horrendous squad composition, and I've been saying that for years on this channel that you need squad composition. That's like a 2 because you didn't fully do what you needed to do.
Yeah,
It's a failure.
it's
Yeah,
a
you
lemon.
improved the midfield, but again, what you've always said, you improve one area of the field, but you decimate another area.
It's not even make worse. It's just there are no players
decimate.
basically.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be absolutely horrible. That would be an all-time stinker right there.
like at that point, you desperate say, "Hey, Berardi, just come." Like like someone like El Shaarawy, just come, please.
Yeah, you need bodies.
If you don't, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just saw a
it is
picture of
really,
the third kid. That's amazing.
Is it beautiful?
Yeah,
We don't have the sponsor yet, right? It's not.
No, that's
I heard
why
it's
I'm
not
just
Amazon.
leave it. No, wait, what? Amazon?
It's not Amazon, right? I don't know. I saw a picture with Amazon on the
No.
front.
I don't think they have one, to be honest. Otherwise, it would have been leaked. And no way we can keep this. We can keep this quiet for so long.
Yeah.
That it's like tomorrow,
Also,
out of nowhere,
so-
boom! It's I don't know.
Yeah.
Prime Video.
The so that jersey, was it Juventus leaked it? Like it's available for sale now?
No, it's not. Otherwise, I would have bought it right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was gonna go click on the
Because even
my shopping cart.
even the short is like the logo. Yeah, I mean, I need to have it without a logo ASAP.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna see. We're gonna see when they're gonna drop that. People, we're gonna wrap this one up.
Yep.
Good show, very good show. A lot of new
Yeah.
subscribers. So if you have subscribed, thanks, appreciate it. I'll probably do more lives. Somebody said I will give it a 7. Now you're actually messing with me, Alex. I know for sure you're not giving this a 7. Trying to do more lives the last I don't know how many days because I'm we're
20,
assuming
26.
yeah, we're assuming things are gonna happen. So that's why I'm like, yeah, let's do more live. So probably we'll be back tomorrow with another, I don't know, with another live, depending on obviously what's gonna happen. Chat, thanks, Julian, thanks for coming on.
Happy Civic Holiday, Canadians.
No idea what that is, but yeah.
It's I have a day off.
Okay. Just happy day off, people.
Yeah.
In
Go
Canada.
Canada.
Go Canada. No. But yeah, people, that's it for me. Go watch my daily video where I talked about. Actually, I think I hit Nicolucci's value almost. I wrote 8, but I said 4 will probably accept or something. So I've probably been close with that one. But yeah, people, that's it for me. Like, subscribe. See you tomorrow.